Hey everybody, it is Brittany with Scribbles by Brittany, and I'm bringing you a drawing. I just bought a bunch of new colors of Copic, so I honestly can't remember how many I purchased, but I kind of went full haul on them, and just kind of looking for some artwork that I can get inspired by to maybe make this piece of artwork. And I keep on looking at the colors and I'm like, well, just trying to figure out what would look good has proven to be kind of a task for myself. It's been a while since I actually recorded a piece of artwork. I've been doing a lot of stuff digitally, and I don't want to say it's like holding me back or anything, but I find myself picking up my sketchpad, or not my sketchpad, my iPad more than I do my sketchbook. So I've kind of, in a way, become a little addicted. But it's also such a really nice tool. So kind of getting back into a little bit of traditional stuff. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like for the month of October. As we get closer to it, it's it's right now unsure. I know last year I had pre-made a few videos and they went up. They had gone up on a scheduled weekly basis. I really, really, really would like to do that again because I had a lot of fun doing it. And I kind of want to read some, horror stories, creepy, cool, just because it is the month of October, and why not? So, but what have you guys been up to here recently? On my end, I obviously have been doing a lot of digital artwork. The other thing is that my shop on Shopify, Scribbles by Brittany, is live with original artwork and a few coloring pages. So if you guys want to go do a little bit of shopping for anybody in particular, I have some of that stuff up on the shop. I would like to get that shop really rolling, as far as hoping to maintain it, so that way you guys can shop the original artwork that I create. Nothing is better than that. Right. So, and I do want to say that I am actually I'm transferring back to my original to the original location where I was working, I'm still going to be on a different shift. I'm going to be on a different shift, so I won't be as stressed out as I used to be. And part of the reason why I'm transferring back is because of the supervisor. From the beginning, like 2 weeks in, everything was great. Had no, little to no issues. And then a month in, I started noticing things that she would do. And it started to lead me to believe that she didn't even want me in that position in the first place. Even though I was essentially covering her butt whenever she'd leave at 5 a.m. and she was only clocking in 35 hours a week. So it was kind of like she was biting the hand that feeds, and that's not a good thing, and so it was kind of irritating that she was always disappearing and then basically leaving me to do supervisor work, and I was only a team leader. Like, if you wanted to, in my opinion, if you're going to come in, or if you're going to come in at the same time and then leave early, you should be coming in early and leaving at a different, like, I would understand that. I would not understand coming in the same time as your people, then leaving early. But that was one problem of many. And then I had noticed that she was blaming a lot of English-speaking people for stuff that it could have been anyone, but she was outright with blaming only English-speaking people, and she just did not care at all. Like, and then her and a couple of other team members teamed up against me, and they were all Spanish-speaking individuals, which is by far not fair at all. But they all kind of ganged up on me, and I told her that she needed to change what she is doing, or I was going to step down. And then she changed for like 2 weeks, and that was for like 2 weeks after HR got involved. And then it had definitely transformed from that. And unfortunately, it was very disappointing. Like, I didn't mean to disappoint my production manager, the production supervisor, none of that. I didn't mean to disappoint them. Unfortunately, when you are met with so much hatred and so much criticism for how you're leading your team, even though you're being fair about everything and you're trying to put your best foot forward, and it's still not good enough. And she's even telling you that what you're doing is not good enough. It becomes a drag. So then I had stepped down as the team lead due to the amount of tension that there was between me and some of the other team leads from another location. And part of that was because they were too busy wondering what I was doing and not doing the job themselves. And that was very irritating. While I was getting extra stuff done, they were like, what is Brittany doing? Why isn't she doing this? Why can't she do this? And it's like, I am doing stuff, but unfortunately, you guys aren't doing it, so I'm having to pick up your slack, and it's just not fair. So I felt like I was being ostracized from the other team leads who were Spanish speaking, and there was no fair way to navigate it. So I had stepped down. Well, after I'd stepped down, she was mad. So she would overly criticize my machines. She would want the other team leads to make sure I knew that they were being overly critical of my machines. And it got to the point where they couldn't find anything, so they didn't have anything to be critical of. Which, I mean, that's what I find is funny. But it was one of those, like, I kind of fought fire with fire on that one. Because if you're going to be petty about shit, I'll take that down. I'll take that straight to hell if I have to. But I ain't scared to go there. And then it relaxed for a little while, and then it got bad again. And then it got to the point where she was criticizing only the two black guys on our shift. And that was really bad. Like, they were ready to quit. And one is still there. The other one did quit after telling them that, like, it was just chaos. And a lot of the drama was around the new team lead and the fact that she was besties with the supervisor. And it was like she wanted the new team lead to be just like her and be lazy and just stand around all night. And unfortunately, that has gotten her in some trouble. And it got her in some trouble last night, like, while we were at work, which I find is hilarious because she did this to herself and she has nobody to blame but her, And the thing is that she had so me and another guy had finished up our machines, and we finished cleaning the floors. We did everything that we needed to do. And she has the audacity to have us do more machines after we had put away all of our stuff. Mats were rolled out, the whole 9 yards. Meanwhile, we just cleaned 4 machines, and our typical night consists of doing only 3. So And then she has the audacity, a half hour before we all need to leave, she has the audacity to ask us to stay and demand that we have to clean those machines. And we flat out said no. Like, you're not going to make us do 5 machines and then come to find out that there was only 2 people who only did 3 machines apiece, which is not fair to us because we are getting done early and have 4 machines while everybody else is only doing 3. You're not about to know, like, so we flat out told her no, we're not doing it. And it wasn't because like, oh, it's not my job, it's not my responsibility. It came down to the fact that you had already given us way too much work the past 2 days, being on 4 packers apiece, all having them to be done by 5 o'clock. And then you put, it's one of those things that, like, you just don't bite the hand that feeds. And that's what it boils down to. And I had flat out told her that she needs to plan her nights better with scheduling. And I swear to God, if we come in on Monday and I have to do 4 packers again while everybody else does whatever, I'm not going to be fucking happy. That I'm going to be pissed. Because it's not fair to us, to both me and another guy, who are the only 2 English-speaking people, where we have to do twice as much work nearly every night to compensate for people who don't do the same amount of work, and wonder why. And then they're wondering why people are leaving, and it's because you depend on the fastest people way too much. Well, when the fastest people aren't there, or they decide to quit and they do, they go to another job, they go to another location, that's because of leadership. That's not and for them to not even, and we've brought this whole situation up to HR, we've brought it up to the plant manager, and I've filed EEOC complaints, and I'm waiting to hear back for a meeting with that. I think I have to go down to the Cincinnati office or something. But it's not, what they're doing is not appropriate at all. And then taking out their anger on people who are literally carrying the rest of the team. It's so disappointing. And I hate to say it, but at this point it's boiling over into my opinion, of a race issue, because if you have predominantly Spanish-speaking people and they're getting treated better than the English-speaking people, and they're not being treated the same, you have you have a race issue. You have, and it's not fair. And the way that people are being talked to, the way that things are being addressed, that's part of the reason why I'm leaving. Like, I can't, and, you know, part of the whole reason why I stepped down was because of how I was being treated, and now it's gotten 20 times worse now that we have a different, you know, a different team lead. Like, there was such good morale when I was team lead, and now the morale has changed and everything's going down. And it's, you know, people got to start asking yourself why is this happening? And unfortunately, nobody wants to be like, everybody's screaming it from the rooftops, but nobody is nobody's doing anything about it. And that's a really shitty thing. Like, I don't know, like, I'm overly frustrated, and I'm glad that my the last of my weeks are soon. And I thought it was really, really funny when I told her that my last day is going to be on Friday. Because she had no clue. She had no idea. And I found it absolutely freaking hilarious. Not gonna lie. But, and then now the one guy is talking about quitting because of the way that, you know, like, we've all been getting treated the same, but it's getting to the point where we're not happy about it. And he put his foot down on Friday when they had asked us to, or, well, it was more like she demanded, because she really did not ask. She's like, you do this. And then we sat there and we told her no. Like, you put somebody else on their fourth machine. Like, you don't sit there and try to, it's not fair. So, but I don't think anybody is going to do anything about it, about the situation. And that's kind of the crappy part. And they want to sit there and say that their hands are tied and this and that, when they're really not. Because at this point, I'm willing to consult with an attorney to see if we have a case. Even after bringing it up to HR and stuff not being dealt with properly. And then, like, even after I brought up, you know, the situations and stuff, it's gotten to the point where maybe there's been some retaliation. Like, they'd found out about who had done it, and that would be easily found out through company email. They would have to seize those work emails, pertaining to the situation, and see if there was any form of retaliation from her, or if you would consider it retaliation. Either way, it's, you know, or if being pushed out of my position was a form of bullying and harassment within the workplace to the point where I had to step down, if that's part of the retaliation, stuff like that. I don't know. So, this is the sketch. Super kind of cute and quick. Wanted to do a little fishy with some flowers and stuff, only because I have like a lot of pinks and stuff in here. So, I wanted to keep it very, very pretty, cutesy. You know how it is. I hope that wasn't too long of a video, but I think I'm going to do a mixture between some of these pebbles, but I definitely want to keep them kind of earth tone. Oh yeah, this color, okay. And oh my gosh, has this summer been hot? It's been like a freaking nightmare. Or at least a nightmare where I kind of am living. Like, we'll go through a period where it's like super, you know, it's not super chilly or anything, but it's like, we'll get like some dips behind, like, below 60, and it's like, oh man, that feels really nice. I wish it could like not stay like this forever, but not be as so hot. And then you have like you'll have days where it's like 90 degrees and then the heat index puts it at like 117 or some shit. I never thought I would ever hate the summer as much as this summer has been horrible. Some little rocks. Yeah. I didn't get any, well, I have to refill my markers, but like I got the, you know what, I think I might just make this one down here, like a little red one, just to kind of break that up. But I want to do this. But it's been extremely unbearable. And then like, but anyway, like the whole situation with work and stuff, I am gonna do a neutral gray and then a cool gray. Oh, look how cute. Kind of lighten that up right there. So yeah, the whole thing at work has just been a nightmare of sorts. I'm tired of them getting away with stuff that any normal person would not get away with. And then like it's breeding a I mean, I don't want to say it's breeding. It's a toxic work environment, and it freaking sucks. If I could just go in, do my job, and get out, without all the bullshit, then I would be set. Which, that's the whole reason why I am transferring, because I'm transferring back because my work ethic was really strong, and I stood on that. Like, I don't, how should I explain it? Like, and unfortunately, like, with them overloading me on 4 Packers on Friday night, what sucks is that down the line, they're not going to have anybody to do that. Like, they're just not. And I'm just going to be off to the side, just kind of giggling my way through, because they... Oh, wait, do I want to do this color? It's kind of a bright color. It's carmine, which is like a really bright red, but I want to make the fish... I don't have any oranges. I mean, I have the loquat, which the loquat is kind of an orange color. You know what? Screw it. We're making this fish however we want to make this fish. I'm not trying to make it a clownfish, but I kind of wanted it to be pink, but at the same time, I'm like, I see the coral reefs, and I think those would look really cute if they were pink. You know what? I can make this fish whatever the heck I want. So if I want to do a pink and orange fish, do a pink and orange fish, or an orange and red fish. Sorry. I'm just loving every minute of this. But, when I sat there and told her that my last day was Friday, like, I wasn't kidding, like, and, like, she sat there and she thought I was freaking kidding, and I told her I was transferring back to LEP, so now she's really in a panic, and I don't like to add unnecessary chaos to things, but if you add unnecessary chaos to my life, then I am going to add full chaos to yours, and I will know about, like, don't want to color that too dark, only because I gotta do the face, but it's just one of those things that, like, I'm not, if they want to ask why I'm leaving, I'll flat out tell them it's because of you. I'm not gonna hide what I have yet, what I have to say. Like, if you want to call me a bitch for it, then go right ahead. Like, I do not care. And I'm just, like, let's put it this way, I'm kind of just speaking my truth. And if somebody doesn't like what I have to say, then maybe you should take some constructive criticism and figure it out. Like, and if I'm not the only one that's having these issues, then and if I'm not the only one that's leaving and stuff like that, like, obviously there's a problem, and the problem is not with the people. And I would start questioning why. I would question why why people left. Because it's about to get ugly. And they're about to hate life because they're putting it down to the last few people, I guess. I don't know if I want to color that fish in with the blue, but I think I should because it is in water. Yeah, you know what? I also kind of want to do it like this too. Like, I kind of want the glass. There we go. Yeah. Just trying to figure out the best way. I like this idea, but I'm kind of just winging it. Like, I wanted to try it out, wing it, and then if I like it, then I can do how it is. Like, get an idea, you kind of want to do a little bit just to see how it looks, and then what you can change, almost like a thumbnail, but it's a bigger thumbnail. But personally, I would look at the problem as a whole, not these itty bitty, because the itty bitty instances always add up. And when they start adding up and people aren't seeing results, that's when it gets ugly. And it gets ugly real quick. I've been in manufacturing for a good portion of my adult life. And when I see these little fractured pieces and nobody is doing anything about it, you, as a worker, you can kind of easily exploit that. And I don't want to say exploit it like it's a bad thing, like exploiting it more like addressing it, and those micro cracks will usually get bigger, and then you have a broken windshield. But if you don't fix those micro cracks, you're only breeding more toxic fumes. Like, you're only getting toxic fumes. You don't sit in the garage with your car running and the door cracked and expecting to live, or even just expecting somebody to find you, because by then it's going to be way too late, and then you're essentially just having things just die off. I know that kind of sounds like a very morbid way of thinking. I kind of want to see what... Couldn't remember what these colors... Ooh. Could do that one. Maybe this one is the darker side. I definitely wanted these pink flowers, because I think they're so cute. But, and I had full intentions when I went over there to just be everything that I literally can be, as a leader and everything. and I don't know how else to explain it. Like, very, very disappointing for sure. And I'm sure that my both HR um and the production manager and stuff, I know they had full intentions to see. Actually, I kind of want to do them. Oh, that's a very cute muted. Um, okay, yeah, I like that a little bit better. I kind of wish I had. Well, I already have all the purples that I need to buy. That's the. I don't really need to buy any purples, but I know HR had HR and the plant manager and the production manager or supervisor. I know they had full intentions of seeing me be great, be a leader, be, and when you address a situation but nothing changes, or it changes for a few weeks and then it goes back to what it was, I don't know. Very, very frustrating. That's what I do have to say. And I'm sure there are people out there that will find my YouTube channel. They will find these videos. And honestly, I am okay with that. And it might be people that I work with. Again, I'm okay with it. Only for the simple fact that I did what I could. I made the decisions that I made. And I hate to say it, but when you are faced with those decisions, you have to look out for yourself. You have to, and don't get me wrong, like, I was also looking out for the betterment of the team, even though they were no longer my team. I don't want to see anybody fail at their job because leadership is not giving them the tools that are necessary to succeed. And so and we're just tired of, at this point, it's getting to the point where we're tired of talking, and at this point it's majority going to be faced with a lot of action, and not like getting a cult following and then storming, storming, you know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to, I'm not trying to, destruct anything or be violent. The action that I'm gonna start seeing is the stuff that's people are gonna start quitting. And they can't, there's nothing that anybody can really do about it. Like, oh, what do I want to do with the background? Because I kind of want it to contrast, and I was looking at this blue right here, which would be perfect, but at the same time, I kind of want to do the outline. I think I'm going to do the outline real quick. Oh, and I have an 8. I just found an 8mm pen. I'm hoping it works. Oh yeah, I like the thick lines. For this particular piece, I really do like these thick lines. It makes it kind of, I don't know, there's just something more than this stuff. I see those videos on TikTok all the time about, or not really on TikTok, it's on Instagram Reels, but it's like someone will do a watercolor, and the watercolor itself is like messy, but then they take like a ballpoint pen and then they'll like almost like sketch in like really cute details or whatever of like flowers, and for some reason it always looks good. I like the way it looks. I could be wrong, like some people might not like that, but art is subjective. And this always reminds me of like when you go to a fair and you see those games where you win a fish in a baggie. Unfortunately, the fish never survives unless you're one of those that is watching and you've had a fish survive past like 2 days. My brother, I think, won one at one point, and it barely survived a week. And that was a goldfish. Now, I think he's won a beta too back, and the beta lasted like 3 or 4 months. But I heard that betas can live up to like 15 years, I think, which is insane. And like koi fish are just oversized goldfish. Like, has anybody heard of that? And they can live up to like 20 years. Like, it's insane. Do you want to work with a little fishy? Oh, and then like the day before yesterday, so on Thursday, she like pretty essentially like cussed out a team member and demanded he do this. Like, he either demanded one or the other job, and he pretty much got on the phone with his friend who runs the plant and was like, dude, I don't know who the hell she thinks she is, like, and why the hell she's talking to me like that. Like, I've never in my 30 some years in manufacturing have I ever been talked to or down like that. Like, no, it's not okay. And he had every right to be mad about that, because that's exactly what happened. Like, we always get talked down on and we get pushed around, and some people are just not going to stand for it. Like, I'm talking wildly about work a lot. I don't think I've ever had this much stress at the last place. I might have. But I know, like, I've had pretty much an entire series of work crap here recently. Like, oh, and I did send out those emails to HR that I had typed up of all the stuff that, and it took one thing. I can't remember what the straw was for breaking the camel's back. I can't remember what it was, but oh boy, let's put it this way: it definitely. And then they've just seemed to egg stuff on here recently, and it's just like, you guys aren't making the situation any better for yourselves. And I'm just not giving a damn. Oh, and then I was on vacation. What was that? The 1st through the 4th, I was on vacation, which was a lot of fun. Went with the family down to the New River Gorge, which, yes, I've been there before, but we took a rafting / hiking trip. We went rafting on the one day, and then we seen all the views and how pretty everything was, and then we found a trail and we went hiking before we left for back home. And oh my gosh, was it a blast. Like, I actually, on this journal too, the sketchbook, I also had this put on here, which has people going down in raft. Kind of funny. But I didn't realize, like, you know, it's always one of those things where you're like, man, that looks like so much fun to do, but can I do it? Do I, you know, would I have people willing to do it with me? And I forgot to color the stem when I was doing it. But, you know, you just don't, like, I didn't think about it when I bought the stickers because I thought they looked cool. And I was like, man, it'd be really cool to go rafting one of these days. Like, we would always go down to Whitewater, which is probably like 2 hours away from where I live. And we'd go kayaking and canoeing there. And it's, you know, it's a lot of fun, but like, oh, it's just, if you have not done it yourself, I encourage anyone to go do it. Like, anyone. It's so much fun, and it's well worth the money. It's well worth the time. I think what is absolutely amazing is the amount of peace that you get while on river, or even just on trail, when you're walking the trails throughout the New River Gorge. It's unbelievably peaceful. And experiencing something of that magnitude gave me a lot more appreciation for the people who organize rafting trips, that do that are the guides, you know, and I'll say it, like, they risk their lives, you know, throughout the summer, the spring and the summer. And I know it, and like, that it may seem dramatic, but until you're there, you don't understand the actual danger that is on those rivers until you're in it, and then your anxiety is shooting way up. I'm pretty sure I had so much anxiety at first. I'm pretty sure it was pretty much rolling off of me. I'm pretty sure it was rolling right off of me. And I think maybe it was because I had watched the previews of the videos beforehand, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. And then I did it. You always think that you don't know if you can do something until you actually do it. And then you're like, oh my god, I actually did it. It was awesome. Had a blast. We'll do it again. Because that was fun. It's kind of one of those things. I don't know completely why I did that, but it's whatever. Kind of made it not really a stamp, but just kind of a glimpse into a light bulb fishbowl. A light bulb fishbowl. I think that's might be what I call it, is the fishbowl. Although I probably would have went a little bit lighter with this blue, but I don't know, it's kind of cute. I think I'll still, like, if I do it bigger or differently, I think I'll go with a lighter blue when actually doing it. So stay tuned. And like all week I've been craving Taco Bell. Actually, for the past couple of weeks, I've been craving Taco Bell. And I'm just like, I don't know why. Like, I think it's because I hadn't had it in a while. Like, it's been a couple of months at least. Maybe a month. It's been quite a while. And so I'm like, Taco Bell sounds really good right now. And I just kept thinking about it. I was like, I'll just get it whenever I get it on the weekend, on like a Saturday or something. And I was going to go earlier, but I needed to go to Dollar General and get a few things and stuff. Like, you know how it is, grocery shopping. 8. This is the date, 8/10, 8/9. I think it's 8/9. Yes, 8/9. There we go. And I hope you guys have a wonderful month. Well, it'll be what? Hour, day, second, whatever you want to call it. Hope you guys have a great time. And remember to create more and worry less. Thank you guys. Bye.